August 27th, 2021. Guys, as you know, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona visiting my grandkids. We'll try to do it every year. But I'm about to do a 22-hour drive to get back home because we got a Cat 4 hurricane coming in now, and if it's strengthening that rapidly, we don't really know how fast it will get. But this is it coming off the approaching the very western tip of Cuba here in this section of your screen. Again, the updates are not looking good, my friends, and all the warnings I told you about this morning, they just intensify now. For example, New Orleans, you were going to be looking at 7 to 11 foot storm surges, or South Louisiana. Now that's moved up to 15 foot storm surges, guys. So this thing is getting rough. Let's look at the charts. Now the areas of the storm surge are pretty much still the same, from Alabama over to the Sabine Pass on the Texas-Louisiana border. What has changed is the numbers. We were getting, again, 7 to 11 feet all the way from the mouth of the Mississippi River, the New Orleans area, back over towards Morgan City, Louisiana. Now that's changed, like I said, 10 to 15 feet. That's because a 140-mile-per-hour storm is a tremendous difference between a 120-mile-an-hour storm, Cat 3 and a Cat 4. It becomes critical that you evacuate, make sure that your pets are safe. Make sure, don't let this happen ever again, that the nursing homes do not leave people behind. If you have friends or family in nursing homes, check on them now. If you've got to go get them and get them out, do it. Because remember, people were left behind during Katrina and some of the other storms. What was it, Harvey, guys? I can't remember. It's been a while back, but I do remember how tragic that was. So check on that. And another thing that's changed is the amount of rain. Remember, we had just a very small area of 15 to 20 inches of rain just to the west of New Orleans in this morning's video. Now you can see a much larger area offshore going over towards Lake Charles and then remaining in the New Orleans headed up to the Baton Rouge area. Again, 15 to 20 inches of rain. This is going to be quite a mess. Now, this is Fox Hurricane at Sky Tower down in Florida. Again, Saturday, we've got a Cat 3 now by 2 p.m. That's tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to get bad quickly. 100-mile-per-hour storm in the morning at 2 a.m. That's tonight, or after midnight, 2 hours. Then Sunday, you got 130-mile-an-hour Cat 4 at 2 a.m. in the morning. Coming ashore Sunday at 2 p.m. as a 140-mile-an-hour hurricane. Then you see the line where you're coming ashore as a Cat 1, even up towards Baton Rouge, and riding up the Mississippi River. Right now, again, at 80 mile per hour, sustained winds, millibars 985 in pressure. Northwest is the movement at 15 miles an hour. You can see it here. Right now, nothing has changed as far as the tracking. All the models are still slamming this thing right in, just actually a little west of where Katrina came in, a little to the left. Remember, it wiped out the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We're still going to have a lot of damage this time. And again, I've got a birthday party first thing in the morning for my 9-year-old grandson here, and we're hitting the highway. I think it's about 22 hours, 1,700 miles, something like that. But I'll have to stop overnight, and I will be updating it as we go through the trip also. So just pay attention to this. Pay attention to your National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center, and your local TV. Make sure you got batteries in your flashlights and in your weather radios in case your power does go out. Again, I'm going to get back. I could lose my home. I could lose power, lose a lot of trees. If I lose power, at least I can be there to switch everything over to my solar power system, which I did not have in Katrina. And I mentioned it 1,000 times. 2 weeks after the hurricane slammed ashore, we had no power, and the heat index was over 100 degrees for those 2 weeks. It was miserable. I'm talking about hot. And no, you couldn't buy gas. You couldn't buy food without power. They're not going to open the stores. They can't operate the cash registers or the credit card machines. The debit machines at your bank will not work. Your ATMs, that's not going to happen if you're in this area. So you might, if you can get to the bank today, get as much cash as you think you're going to need out. Do it now. And I've saw in the comments there's some very wise people that are moving from New Orleans up into Alabama and some other areas. But excuse that phone, guys, but this is what we're dealing with. It's not a game anymore. The only people that you may see down there would be the Weather Channel or some of that group. Guys, and for a storm like this, that's not even a good idea, even though they're supposedly prepared for it. But I will update this as much as I can. You see what's going on. We don't know if it can strengthen at this point. Will it go to a Cat 5 as rapidly as we see it going from 120 miles an hour sustained winds a few hours ago in the earlier video, now to 140? But I hope you can hear the concern in my voice for the folks that are going to stay. We're going to get back there. We're inland a little bit in central Mississippi, but Katrina devastated us, and I just feel like I need to be there. So we're going to be traveling, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this, guys. It's a heads up. Be safe.